Okay, so we're going to start up against the wall, if you have a wall, coming in nice and close. And just coming up and letting the legs open. You really don't need to force this because it's quite a strong stretch. And if you are on the floor, you can do like this pose with the feet together, but on the floor, yeah? If at any point it gets too strenuous, just bring the legs in a little bit. You can keep them in here, or once that kind of intensity is worn off, you can go again and separate the feet. Closing the eyes. If you had an eye pillow, you could place an eye pillow on your eyes now. Just allowing time and gravity to do its work. Just be mindful of any kind of tugging you might feel around the knees. Feel free to bend the knees slightly if that eases that. Taking a big breath in, filling the lungs. And a long, slow breath out. And just as you feel your body relaxing more into this pose, feeling that you're moment by moment releasing built up tension from the day, from the week. And every breath in, building that up, and exhale, releasing that tension. And very gently now bringing the legs back together. You might even want to help with the hands. And we're going to just bend the knees until the soles of the feet naturally touch off the wall. And then lift the hips up towards the ceiling. So if you were on the floor, you would just do a gentle bridge pose here. You might want to play around with changing the angle to get your hips higher, but you don't need to do that either, yeah? Keeping it soft. Feeling how the glutes and the hamstrings engage here. And then very slowly making your way down. So similar sensation if you were doing bridge on the floor. Slowly, slowly disengaging hamstrings and glutes to lower your hips all the way down to the floor. We're going to very gently make our way out. So for the next exercise, you may or may not want a belt. Just going to show you something that you could maybe do at another time, because I doubt you have this ultimate setup right now. It's just an option. With a long band, place it behind the head and around the foot. And then wrap it if you need to wrap it to get it tighter. So that your hands don't even have to do anything, yeah? But I doubt you have that set up right now. If you do, great, go ahead and do that. But otherwise, we're gonna go up and just hold our leg in the air. And even if you normally catch your big toe, say, if you practice Ashtanga, it might be nice to keep it super gentle now, because we are at the very beginning of our practice. We haven't warmed up yet. So it might be nice to back off on the intensity. So find a height for your hand that is just not creating tension in your shoulder, and you're just relaxing here. And the other leg isn't doing very much, just hanging out. And again, just allowing the body to open up slowly. And you might like to play around with maybe pulling the leg a little bit closer to you, but all from a position of gentleness. Yeah. So it's just about, oh, what if I really relax and don't put any pressure on myself? Then I might start to release and my muscles might feel softer. And now very gently, we're going to exhale completely. And then lift the pelvic floor on that inhale. Hold it. And exhale, draw the head up very lightly. You could even engage that opposite leg. And then slowly lower down again. Keeping that engagement of the pelvic floor. Inhale. Exhale, lift the pelvic floor and slowly, slowly bring that leg out to the sides. So if it's too intense at this point, you can always hold the knee if you prefer. Engaging that opposite leg and really making sure that the core is switched on. You don't have to go to the furthest possible position, just as far as you can go that you can keep holding on with the core. Yeah, inhale, bring that leg back in, really feeling that stability. And then exhale, slowly come towards your right leg. And then down again. Okay, so we're going to do the same on the other leg. And remember, the most important thing is that you are relaxed. And then when it comes to bringing the leg out or bringing the head up, that we're engaging our core before we go, yeah? So finding your position on this side, comfortable height for the hand so that you can just relax here. So in this position right now, that opposite leg is relaxed. You don't have to do anything with it. And we're just hanging out here. Note any desire to do anything or push in any way, and just try to come back to a gentle approach. And just be aware, are you feeling a bit tight on this side, tighter than the other, or not? Exhale completely. Lifting the pelvic floor on the inhale. Feeling firm in that core as you exhale and slowly bring the leg out to the side. only as far as you can keep that core control. Engage that opposite leg. Pull the toes away. Making sure the core is on. Inhale, bring that leg back up. Exhale, bring the head towards the leg. And bring the head down, release the leg. So bringing one knee into the chest and hold. Our opposite leg extends away. And you can just relax that leg. Bringing that down, bringing the other one up. And relax. Slowly releasing. Now bending both knees and bringing them in and out to the sides. Lift the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. And you might be here on your ankles or down here around the calves, or if you reach, you might be catching the outer edges of the feet. The knees are going towards the floor. If this is too strenuous, then take the other option. Yeah, it's also fine. I'm not focusing on pushing, but just on being in the pose and exploring how the body gently opens up by itself. And releasing, bringing the soles of the feet down to the floor. Feet are nice and wide now, some wider than hip distance. And we're just going to sway the knees from side to side. Go a little bit slower if you find any tight spots. And just feeling where this sensation begins, this movement of the hips, internal and then external rotation. And bringing your knees back in. And then we're going to bring the knees to touch and slowly walk the feet away from each other. It doesn't have to be too much. And then gently walking the feet back in. Bring Both knees in. I'm just doing little circles with the knees. And then other direction. And then we can either dynamically roll up to sitting, or you can roll over onto one side and then help yourself up. And we come all the way to standing. So coming to the top of the mat, your feet can be together or lightly apart. Inhale, raise the arms up. And exhaling, fold. Keeping nice and soft for the moment. Inhale, head up. And exhale, step or jump the feet back. And lower down. Inhaling, arch, cobra, upward dog, or locust. And exhale, pushing the hips up and back. And then walk, step, or jump forwards. Inhale, lift the head, hands come in on the shins here or on the floor, and exhale, fold over the legs. Again, you can keep the knees soft if you like. Inhale, raising up. And exhale, arms down by your side. Inhale, reaching up again. And exhaling, fold. Inhale, head up. Exhale, step or jump feet back. And lower. Inhaling, arch. And exhale, hips up and back. That's nice for a change, to keep everything nice and soft. Not feeling that you have to have any perfectly straight lines. Keep things kind of springing in the joints and in the muscles. Raising up on the toes, walk, step or jump forwards. Inhaling, head up. Exhale, head to the legs. Inhale, press into the feet, bring yourself up. And exhale, arms down by your side. Inhale, reaching up again. Exhaling, fold. Inhale, head up. Exhale, step or jump back and lower. Inhaling, arch. Exhale, lifting the hips up and back. And walk, step or jump forwards. Inhale, head up. Exhaling, fold. Inhale, press into the feet, come up, reach up. And exhale, arms down by your side. Inhale, reaching up again. Exhaling, fold. Inhale, head up. Exhale, step or jump back and lower. Inhaling, arch. And exhale, hips up and back. Walk, step, or jump forwards. Inhale, head up. Exhale, head to the legs. Inhale, press into the feet, reach up. Exhale, arms down by your side. Last one, inhale, reaching up. Exhaling, fold. Inhale, head up. Exhale, step or jump back and lower. Inhaling, arch. And exhale, hips up and back. Raising up on the toes. Walk, step, or jump forwards. Inhale, head up. Exhale, fold again. Keep them soft if you like. Inhale, press into the feet, come up. And exhale, arms down by your side. Inhale, bend the knees, arms up. Slightly tuck the tailbone, so engage that core. Exhaling, fold. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, step or jump back and lower. Inhaling, arch here. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, raise the right leg up. Bring it in between the hands. Exhale. Inhale, rise up, keeping up on the back toes. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor. Step the foot back. Lower. Inhaling, arch. Exhale, hips up. Inhale, left leg goes high. Exhale in between the hands. Inhale, press into the feet, come up. Exhale, hands to the floor and lower down. Inhaling, arch. And exhale, lift the hips. Take a couple of breaths here. Walk, step, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, bring the arms up, slightly tuck the tailbone, and exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend the knees again. Exhale, fold. Inhale, head up here. Exhale, jump or step back and lower. You can lower all the way to the floor if you wish. And here you have some options. So baby cobra, locust, interlaced fingers. So we're taking a couple of breaths here, obviously, yeah? And then when you're done, we're raising the hips up. Inhale, lift that right leg up again. Exhale, bring it in between the hands. Inhale, come up, spin that left foot around, come into warrior two. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor, step the foot back and lower. Inhale, options here. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, left leg goes high. Exhale in between the hands. Inhale, come up, spin that back foot around. Warrior two on the other side. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor, step the foot back and lower. Options here. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhaling again, raise the right leg up, bring the foot in between the hands. Inhale, come up, hold it here. Breathe. Lower the back knee, hold it slightly off the floor and breathe. Maybe you can go even lower. Look to the floor, bring the hands down, press, step back and lower. Options of whichever back bend you like. Inhale. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, left leg goes high. Exhale in between the hands. Inhale, press into the feet, come up, reach the arms up. Take a breath, and then start to lower that back knee. Hold it, squeeze. Hands to the floor. Exhale, step that foot back and lower. Inhaling, arch. Exhale, lift the hips. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhaling, raise the right leg up. And then exhale in between the hands. Inhale, come up, turn that back foot. Arms out and hold it here. See if you could go a little wider maybe. To a point where you really need to work, yeah? Kind of imagining gripping those heels like they're trying to get to each other, but they can't. Take the right forearm and place it on that right thigh, even if you normally go further, yeah? And stretch that left arm over towards the wall. It can be neutral or trying to look to the hand. Look to the floor, bring the hands down. Step that foot back and lower. Inhaling, arch. Exhale, lift the hips. And inhale, raise the left leg up. Bring it in between the hands. Turn the back foot. Come up into your warrior two. Maybe go a little wider if you can. And try to think about gripping those heels towards each other. Bend that left arm, place it on that thigh, and stretch the right arm over. Look to the floor, and this time instead of stepping the foot back, we're going to bring both hands in. We're just going to move that left foot out for our lizard pose. Just breathing here, again, no forcing. Keeping some engagement is fine, even helpful. See if you can keep a light connection with the core. And then fire up the back knee. Start to walk the hands around and bring yourself so that the hands are in the center. Feet are parallel, nice and wide. And exhale, fold here. Hand positions, whichever you like here. So the hands can be on the floor or forearms if the flexibility is there, or interlaced fingers. If you have a headstand practice and you feel comfortable from this position to do it, this is a good time. Only if you already feel very comfortable, yeah, because from the straddle position is quite challenging. If you're in your headstand, you can stay there. Anyone who's not, we're going to take our right hand into center and a little bit forwards, turn the right fingers out to the side and extend the left arm up. And wrap that left arm around the back, searching for that right hip. Keep the hips square to the floor. And then we're going to switch arms. So if you are doing headstand, feel free to do any variations or exits that you would like to explore. So extend that right arm up, and then whenever you feel ready, wrap it around, searching for that left hip. And then slowly coming out, everyone. And we're going to start to walk our hands around to the back of the mat now to do our lizard pose on the other side. So now we have our right leg in front. Hands on the floor or forearms. And back knee can rest on the ground. We're going to fire up that back knee again. But this time we're going to walk that foot forwards to join the other foot. And take our goddess squat from here. So if it's very uncomfortable and the heels are very high off the floor, you might want to place something underneath the heels. And if this is reasonably comfortable for you, you might explore light twists, light openings. No forcing, like I said previously. And slowly making your way down to the floor. Okay, so I'm going to give 2 options for the next pose. This one would be the slightly easier option, so where you would cross the right leg over the left and you keep the left leg straight. Okay, and then you would switch to the other side. The harder option would be crossing both and trying to get knees on top of each other and sitting comfortably here and trying to bring that other hip bone down. And then you would have options here to reach and catch the hands. You could do this in whichever one you're doing. You could use the belt if you, it's quite tight here sometimes, so rather than forcing it, you can use your belt to bridge that gap so that you don't have to be straining. You're probably feeling enough going on in the other parts of the body. So just hold enough so that the head isn't strained. And like I said, you can do this even if the other leg is straight. So we'll hold for 1, 2, 3, light engagement in the pelvic floor. 4. And 5. Slowly coming out, and you're going to switch sides. So if it's straight leg, then it's just crossing this one over, trying to get knee to knee with a straight leg, or bending both, just adjusting a bit to get to a position where you're comfortable, and switching the arms around if you're lucky enough to have a belt with you, or if you're lucky enough not to need it. And holding for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly releasing. Okay, so we're going to do another version of that. It's more intense in some ways, but not for the shoulders. So with one leg straight, you set it up again like before, and then you just fold over the leg. In this one, you'll feel like a stretch for that hamstring as well. The hands could be on the knee, or they can be reaching. And then we hold for 5 for each one. If you're doing both legs, then you probably feel it more here, yeah? As you're folding forwards. Strong stretch there, so only go as deep as feels appropriate. So whichever one you're doing, setting yourself up. And holding for 1, 2, and still trying to bring both sit bones down towards the floor. 3, 4, 5. Slowly coming out and switching. Set it up in your pose and then folding. For 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly coming out, and just for fun, if you have both legs bent, try to come up standing and see if you can switch and come and sit down. So it's a fun little mobility exercise. Really nice mobility movement for the hips. And coming down. Okay. So coming into this position, and we're going to cross our right leg in front, toes out to the side. And then inhale, we're going to lift the hips up and stretch that right arm over. And slowly exhale, come down. And we'll switch legs. Then for that left leg now, toes pointing forwards or maybe slightly out. So we're not keeping a totally straight angle here, that right hand goes a little bit forwards. And then inhale, lift up and stretch that arm over. And slowly lowering down again. Okay, so again, it's just a few minutes over time, but before we finish, you can continue to explore that one again if you wish, or if you do have a wall handy, and if you're more advanced, you don't necessarily need a wall. I'll leave that up to you. But if you want to explore it with the wall, it just means you're not worried so much about falling over, at least not falling over in that direction, maybe falling over in this direction. You can explore lifting, taking the leg up, and then maybe taking it up the wall, yeah? And then maybe even catching the big toe, if that's in your repertoire, or using the belt to bridge that gap again, yeah? So setting your one side plank up. Like I said, this angle doesn't have to be 90, yeah? Better for your wrist if it's not. And then seeing how you go from there. Yeah. Experiment with the belt. If you're too close to the wall, what happened to me there, it's kind of, my bum kind of hit me off the wall because I was too near. So just be wary of that. Give yourself a little bit of space. And the wall is just to help indicate, straightness and all of that. And if you don't have a wall especially, you don't have to go very far. It is in fact harder to just hold your leg in the air without catching it. Like here, you really feel it in the glutes. You'll feel the leg working hard to hold yourself there. So don't feel that it's a lesser pose. And then making sure you do both sides evenly. We'll slowly make our way down. We're just going to massage out the wrists before we lie down for relaxation. Just feeling around the wrist, shaking it out. Interlacing the fingers behind, drawing the fingers down, open the chest. Slowly releasing, and then you can lie back on your mat for relaxation. Very nice and comfortable. Allowing yourself these few minutes to not have to do anything except be present. If your mind wanders, just bring yourself back to the breath.
the minute details of breathing in and breathing out. And I am going to finish with 3 ums, but you don't have to get up. You can stay there. Om.